Hello, my name is John Bowman, and I'm going to talk to you about plagiarism. No cap, I'm being for real right now. And as you're probably rolling your eyes right now because I'm an older guy and I'm saying no cap and using slang, and I really ought not be using slang, that's exactly what I want to get at with our discussion. That's what you sound like when you plagiarize. It sounds like you are talking in somebody else's voice, and that voice does not belong to you. Because in essence, that's exactly what plagiarism is. It's taking the work that somebody else has produced and attempting to use it as your own. And it's very evident when you are not using your own voice, sort of like a second ago, I wasn't using my own voice. Now, plagiarism comes in several different kinds, but let's break it down to three main versions. First, you can self-plagiarize. Self-plagiarism is when you repeat yourself. So if you take a class and then you sign up for another class that's the same class and you reuse your work, that means you have unfairly recycled your work, which means you are doing what's called self-plagiarism. The second kind is plagiarizing others. That's what I did at the opening of this video. That quote that I used just a second ago actually came directly from my son, who I had to ask to give me a little bit of slang to be able to bring to this video. So if I had instead opened the video by saying something like, my son said that I should say, no cap, I'm being for real right now, then that means that I have not plagiarized because I have properly given attribution to the person that needs that attribution. That is something, again, that my son said, and I have now given you that evidence as a part of what I'm presenting to you. So that's how you can avoid plagiarism in a nutshell when using somebody else's work. By the way, using somebody else's work could be one of your peers as well. So if you think about recycling somebody else's submission that they've made to an assignment, that is indeed plagiarism too. The last version that I want to talk about is the use of AI. If I were to go over to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me some slang that I can use right now in this particular video, I have indeed used that to plagiarize because those are not my ideas. So I am presenting that information to you as though it belongs to me, when in fact it does not. It belongs to artificial intelligence and large language models. There are proper ways that you can use AI anytime that you're writing a paper. So for example, if you are constructing a paper and you want to know how to create an outline, AI is really good at helping you with that. If you are constructing a paper and you're unsure about your spelling and your grammar, AI is really good at helping with that too. But if you go to AI and say, hey, I have to write a paper on this particular topic, can you give me a couple of paragraphs on that? That is an incorrect usage because it is, to be frank, an immoral usage. You're using this device to write the assignment for you, which is using it in a way it should not be used to achieve the outcomes of that assignment. Finally, I want to bring us back to how you can go about properly citing. Anytime that you need to cite something, make sure that you use the recommended citation style that is required for your particular class. In general terms, if you are writing in the arts, you will be writing with MLA style. If you are writing in the social or natural sciences, you will be writing in APA style. There are a couple of other styles as well, Chicago, Jurabian, for example, but in those particular instances, those are very rare, and your instructor will specifically tell you if you need to use those styles. Make sure you know which style you're going to use, and make sure you go to a major resource, something like the OWL Purdue, the online writing lab at Purdue University, and use the guides that they have there, because they will indeed help you to make sure that you can stay on track with your citations. Sort of like I did again just a second ago with my son. If you have any questions, always make sure that you ask your instructor, because your instructor will be able to help you. Your instructor's expectations will be clear and will be laid out for you, and you need to make sure that you follow them as closely as possible.